Hey everybody, it's Dave from the GhostHunter store. Just had an opportunity to unbox the new SB7 Pro Spirit Box. And I posted some comments up the other day when I first got them in, and people were thinking this is just another ghost box, maybe with a REM feature in, and that's it. And it's far from that. Now, I'm going to shoot through this stuff as quickly as I can, but I'm also going to be probably skipping and jumping around a little bit. So you always have the option of rewinding or pausing and going back to hear what I said. Okay, very simple. Power. Okay. Now, what's cool about this, I'm going to skip right to the side here. If you can see, there's a antenna on and off. So I know some of you like to pull the antenna off your ghost boxes. No longer needed. You can take the antenna out of the equation entirely. Up here, you have a REM and infrared sensor where you can do both, and then you have just the IR sensor. On the top, this is the IR sensor. It's an emitter and receiver. So when it bounces back off, the infrared bounces back off to the receiver, it's going to trigger an alarm, which will light up here, and there is an audible too. You have your flashlight, you have your temperature sensor, and your antenna. Okay, let's put this down, and I'm going to turn up the volume here and show you some of the different features. All right, sweep forward, sweep reverse. So let's go start with sweep forward. Okay. Now, I can change the speed just like you could with the other versions. The lower the number, the faster the speed. I can go from AM to FM. One of the things you couldn't do on some of the other ones is to change the steps, the frequency steps of what's going to skip to the next placement where it's going to jump to. That gives you control that you really didn't have before. Now, what I like here is a timer. Let's set it for, I'm going to set it for 0 right now just to show you what it does. There we go. Now, if I turn the IR feature on, okay, it stops. Okay, if I turn it on again, you can see it picks up and then stops. And you can do the same thing with the REM feature, which happens to be right here. On, off, and you get that little antenna up top lighting up as well. What's cool about this is you could set a still camera to this, and say we set the timer to 15 seconds. So if any of the sensors detect something, like the REM right here, it's now going to turn on for 15 seconds and then turn off. So on a static cam sitting by itself, you can be waiting for a spirit to set the infrared off or the REM feature off and let it run for 15 seconds up to 2 minutes. Record that, it's going to go into pause mode again, and then as soon as it's tripped again, it will go off again. So potentially you could use this to ask spirits questions. Can you touch the REM part or touch the ghost box? And ask a question along with that, and you're going to get whatever time you set, the ghost box is going to come on and potentially get an answer back to your question, or an answer to the reason why it touched the ghost box, set off the REM feature, set off the infrared feature. This is something that no other ghost box has. So this is something that's extremely unique. Up here is the temperature. Let me put the backlight on again. If you can't really see it in the video, the backlight is bright red, so in the dark it's perfect. It keeps your night vision. One of the other things here with the alert is you can have it so it's going to give you an audible alert when something's tripped. Now, I triggered the REM. You got a beep as well as it triggering that. Okay, so I have the timer off now, so now it is just scanning. You have a headphone jack. You have a speaker out jack. Another feature that's on the side here that's been much requested is the mute button. You can now mute it, and when you're ready to go back, just turn it on again. One of the other features I wanted to show you on here is the temperature. You can see up here, 76.4 Fahrenheit. That's ambient temperature, and you can see the A next to that. You can also do Celsius. You can go back and forth. One of the other things, if you don't want the live temperature on there, is just set it. Right now, it's 0 degrees. But if the temperature changes at all, let's see if I can blow on it and get the temperature to change. Okay, I got it to go up to 2, and now you're seeing what the difference is between any temperature change compared to what the ambient temperature is, which is something that none of them do. This is, again, a lot of unique features in here, and I'm positive I'm missing some other stuff, but there's a lot of stuff you can play around with, and as we come up with stuff and as other people start playing with it and using it on cases, you're going to see a lot of the other techniques that you can use with this. But this is fantastic. So check out the website, theghosthunterstore.com. We have some videos from the designer, Gary Galka, showing you it in action. Stay tuned, everybody. We have a lot more new equipment coming up. Thanks.